So we came by the Home Depot. We needed to get a key cut. And we're walking around the store. We're trying to find somebody to help us. And this is something I'm noticing a lot more happening recently, which is employees are saying that is not my job, which is something I want to talk to you about more with more employees. And what they're doing is they're doing they're it's what is called acting their wage. They're only doing what they're getting paid for. And for the most part, most employees are getting underpaid for what they're doing. So they're doing less. They're not going to go out of their way. And in this particular situation, we were trying to find somebody to cut a key, but there was nobody at the key cutting station. So we're walking around the store asking other people. And, sometimes we get the runaround, or they just get on the phone or the little radio and call, and we just stand there for 10 minutes waiting for somebody to show up. We hear them over the speaker. Nobody answers the call. A lot of people pointing fingers and ultimately just saying, not my department, not my job. We're going to talk about that in a future video. I just wanted to bring that up since we were here. But more importantly, coming out of the Home Depot, somebody approaches me, which this is more common. This is more normal to me now, of people approaching and asking for money, asking for donations. And in this particular situation, it was a young lady, and she says, "Hey, do you have any money? I don't have a job, and I live in my car, and I'm homeless, and I'm just trying to get money for fuel and money for food." And I honestly, I appreciate her bluntness and being upfront and explaining all this to me in the beginning. Now, we got to go into, why do you not have a job? But honestly, I can see why she doesn't have a job. It's because it's hard. I mean, it's really hard to get a job and have a job and keep a job these days, because despite what the signs say on the windows and what they want you to believe, and what certain reports come out with about the job market and unemployment stats, all bullshit. And for those who actually do have jobs, their hours suck. They're pretty much beaten down to the point at which they're pretty much just part-time, so that the employers don't have to pay for full-time benefits. And even at that, they're probably not getting a great pay wage, and the companies are losing money. Their stocks they're overstocked on out-of-season items that have been rolling in off the ports out of the shipping containers, and they're all worried and afraid about what's coming this holiday season, especially with a major FedEx shipper or a FedEx contractor, because FedEx doesn't actually ship their products. They use contractors that are authorized FedEx agents, so to speak, and they're kind of licensed by FedEx to represent the company and the brand. But one of the biggest contractors has come out and said that the economy, inflation, increased costs, and all the other struggles that our present administration is working so hard on to build back better, all these have forced them into a position of which they really have to cut back. And there's a likelihood that if they can't get any improvement in their situation to maintain operations, that come Black Friday, they're done. Which, then comes down to FedEx. So as a contractor, FedEx is paying them as a subcontractor. And, maybe we need to look into and see what FedEx's profits have been. Because the only thing is yeah, sure, I'm not saying that just because FedEx makes a lot of money, they need to spread the wealth. But for the sake of our economy, for the sake of their business, for the sake of their brand, because most people, if it happens, aren't going to know that it's an independent contractor. They're just going to be upset with FedEx. And so, if they have the financial means to make some negotiations and prevent this shipping nightmare shutdown from happening and completely wiping out a good portion of our day-to-day parcel shipping through FedEx contractors, then they might want to consider that. Which, at the same time, if they don't, this just opens up the door even further for Amazon. Now, granted, Amazon's not shipping regular packages, but if people are looking at it as, hey, if I make an order, if I place an order, it's going to ship UPS, the Postal Service, which if you ship Postal Service, it'll never get there, and FedEx. Those are your options. DHL, I don't even know if DHL is still doing its thing, but those are pretty much your options. So maybe it's like, I'm not going to order this from you. I'm not going to order from your business, further hurting the economy and the employees that work in these positions. I'm going to order from Amazon. That way it gets delivered by Amazon Prime. I don't have to worry about FedEx not delivering my package. Anyway, we're getting off on a tangent here about the employment situation and how hard it is to get, find, and keep a good job. On top of the fact that employers just don't give a damn about their employees, and now, you know, they're showing them disrespect. They're finding new more ways to basically beat them down, and, you know, brainwash them into thinking that this is the best that they got, the best that it's going to get. And, you know, it's a tough time for that because, you know, a lot of people rely on the benefits of their job, which is, you know, it goes into, I can't quit because I need the benefits more so than the income. I need the benefits. Maybe they have a family or a spouse at home and they need the benefits. But, you know, it's just a tough time that the people are afraid to quit because it's not like it once was where you can find another great job tomorrow or a good paying job tomorrow. So I kind of feel for the young lady as she approached me and told me she didn't have a job, and I didn't really hold that against her, but I also don't think that it means that you should just give up and beg. I don't think that that's the case, which if anybody out there is, you know, wanting some help, some financial assistance or anything like that, let's talk about it. Come on over. Let's have a chat. Let's find a way to get you some money, side hustle, you know, a little bit of sweat equity, something you can do on the weekends, on the sides, from your cell phone, from a laptop, from a tablet. It is possible. Trust me. You may say, look, it's only $50 a day that I'm making extra. Well, that $50 a day could add up to be some really good money. It could be $100 a day. It could be $300. It could be even more. So let's talk about it. And for those who have emailed me, I'm getting to the emails as fast as I can. There's a lot of them, and please forgive me. Please bear with me. A lot are coming through about the YouTube channels and improving the YouTube channels and growing the YouTube channels and becoming more effective and learning more about the algorithm. I'm going to get to those as soon as I can. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to get in order. I don't want to skip over anybody. But the young lady says she's homeless. She's living in a car. She needed money for food and fuel. And it looks like the gas prices are coming down. We noticed that the other day. But, you know, they're still relatively high. But, like I said, this is normal. This is kind of expected. More and more people are becoming homeless. More and more people are living in their cars, or faced with living in their cars because it's what they have, and it's the most economical means of shelter right now, opposed to trying to buy a house or finding somewhere to rent an apartment or a house or a room to rent at a reasonable rate. And it's just disturbing that is where we are today, when we have folks in Washington spending money left and right, sending it to other countries, wasting our resources, focusing on nonsense like this Inflation Reduction Act, which won't reduce inflation. It's just a push for their own personal agenda to get what they want, you know, and then this clean, renewable energy. Meanwhile, you got people out here struggling, suffering, hungry, and homeless. It's unbelievable. So anyway, I'm not going to keep going on about that. I don't want to ruin the rest of you guys' day. Side note, I did help her out. Not because, you know, it was a female or anything like that. We had a little bit more of a conversation, which I can get into on another video and let you guys know how that went, or where that went. And yes, Michelle was with me when I had this conversation, so she didn't come out the store and see me talking to some other female and giving her money like that. So that was fine. But ultimately, you know, we had a little bit of a discussion, and she is on hard times, and ultimately where she is today right now kind of hit her out of the blue. She wasn't expecting it. And honestly, I believe her. Sometimes these people, they can tell you these things and they may not necessarily be true. They could be fabricated. They could be lies. They could just be trying to get over on you. And if so, hey, so be it. I don't mind. Look, more power to her. Hopefully, if she's not being 100% honest and truthful about what she's saying, it'll catch up to her. Not in a negative way, but in a way that'll make her wake up and realize that she really needs to make some changes in her life. Because whether it's a real situation, it needs to be solved and move past that. And if it's a fabricated situation, then you need to get beyond that, and you'll be more successful with life and ultimately your finances if you actually just put forth the effort and try rather than just try to get by, which is kind of like what we saw at Home Depot with these employees saying it's not my job, and this little bit of a quiet quitting that we're seeing more and more from people as they're upset with their working conditions and how much they're getting paid and how they're being treated. But at the same time, you don't have to stay there. You're not forced into that. And there's always another way, and there's always another option. You just got to be willing to go out there and get it and put forth the effort to get what you really want. Even today, even in today's economy, yes, it will be a little bit tougher today than it has been before, but it's still possible, and it still can be done. So just want to leave you guys with that. Hope you guys are all right, doing well. I'm going to bring you guys another update ASAP. Be safe. I'll see you later.